when Mr. Kibaki was the Minister for Finance, under the leadership of Haile Selassie, and under the leadership of the late President Kenyatta. Mr. Speaker, this answer on the face of it, my good friend, Mr. Speaker, could you please ask the members to consult in low tones?
Members, reduce loud consultations.
Mr. Speaker, this answer has not attempted, and I'm sure Chairman GK is familiar with this because he comes from a region which has a lot of tarmac roads, Mr. Speaker, a region that has been privileged, a region that is lucky.
Honorable Barto, can you tell those members gravitating around you to go and take their seats? Go on.
Mr. Speaker, I was just saying, maybe the Honorable GK, coming from a region that is well taken care of, cannot imagine a road linking Kenya to Addis. From all the way from Addis to Moyale to Wajir, has been at the planning stage since 1974, Mr. Speaker. I'm sure I don't know whether Mr. GK was born then. From 1974 to date, Mr. Speaker, is over 50 years. We are still planning. We are still planning. And yet, our number one foreign policy, Mr. Speaker, is economic diplomacy. Ethiopia has a population of over 150 million people. If we cannot plan for that road, Mr. Speaker, meaning therefore, and we have concentrated all our road infrastructure to a region just here, Mr. Speaker, meaning we have become an inward-looking nation, Mr. Speaker. Isn't it the high time that we declare this answer, Mr. Speaker, as a not answer at all, and the Honorable GK to go back to the ministry and get an answer that really attempts to address this historical problem, Mr. Speaker, because it says, Mr. Speaker, you look at it, this answer, I don't know who wrote this. I'm sure the Honorable Chirchir did not go through this. If indeed he did, and I know he's very sympathetic to our region, he will have drafted a different answer. Because what I wanted is to find out whether there is any planning. Even the statement on planning is contradictory. One says it's been planned, the other one says the planning will be ready by 2025, Mr. Speaker. When you plan for something, then there must be the next stage. Mr. Speaker, will I be right to ask the chairman to go back and get a satisfactory answer that will not only address the needs of the people of Wajir, Marsabit, but will also link us to that critical country called Ethiopia, which is a neighbor, which is a highly potential trade area, Mr. Speaker, for our country. Mr. Speaker, the second bit, Mr. Speaker, on this, one of the reasons, Mr. Speaker, why we decided to have many different agencies under the road sector, in particular Kenya and Kera and Kura, is to address specialized needs of the people of Kenya, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is the high time that Kenya also, the leadership of Kenya, reflect and put into perspective the needs of that particular region and request the chairman to go back to these people and ensure that this road gets adequate funding immediately. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chairman, is it true that you have brought no answer? Give the chairman.
Honorable Speaker, I empathize with my colleague, Honorable Kenan, and I really want to assure him that it's in the interest of my committee that this road be tarmacked. But Honorable Speaker, I also want to request my colleague, my senior, Honorable Kenan, to also consider that the ministry has made a commitment in writing that they will have completed the design work by end of this year. And number two, the ministry has indicated that there is some ongoing work happening on this road, and we want to believe that indicated here is what is happening, and they will keep the timelines as indicated. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Professor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think listening to this comment or the answer given by the chair, he has not given any answer. that road, I share that road, at least 65 kilometers of that road in my constituency. And I also want to inform the House that when it rains, the MP for Elders cannot get to his constituency. The MP for Mandera North, Wajir North, cannot get to his constituency just because of the poor state of that road. I think we should not be talking about we are planning. Let's take a much more affirmative action to help the people of Wajir to be connected to the world, to the only tarmac road in the north, so that they can also enjoy what other people have been enjoying. It actually, by making that road at bitumen standard, you are actually opening up the business in that. Wajir was a very serious capital center for northern Kenya during the colonial days. And it was well connected to Moyale. We cannot continue to wait for plans to be done. And this work which the chairman said that some work is being done. There is no work which has been done. The chairman, if you are not listening, there is no work which has been done, and we need to be
made your point. Farah.
Mr. Speaker, the answer by the chairman says that design is being undertaken. 62 years after independence, a priority road, and you say the design is being undertaken. Mr. Chairman, when will this design be complete? Can you give us a time frame on when the design is going to be complete so that we can have a tentative understanding of when the funding can be sourced? Because without the design, the funding cannot be sought. Thank you. And when will also the design for Garissa, Dadaab, Liboi, Harhar Road be ready too?
Sane. Is there fumbling with the gadget?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm equally not happy, or rather not satisfied with the response of the committee. I'm a member of that committee. Mr. Speaker, it all talks to the level of marginalization. This road traverses my constituency, 60 to 70% of this road. 62 years of independence. We don't have substantive answers. As we speak, this road is impassable. Many other roads in the constituency are impassable, not motorable at all. I have made various requests to make the committee visit this road so that they can add some ground truthing. My request is that this House or the chair speaks an affirmative command on this committee, Mr. Speaker, which I belong to, that we do visit these roads so that we can come up with substantive answers. Thank you.
Chair Rhodes.
Honorable Speaker, listening to my colleague, interest they have to ensure that this road is tarmacked, we will invite the DG, I believe now the acting DG, Kenha, and the minister to come and explain to the committee the measures that they are undertaking to ensure that this road is tarmacked. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Kainan, very last.
Mr. Speaker, can the chairman assure this House, before the end of the current regime, before the end of this term, the end of this current regime might be 2032, before the end of this current term, this particular road will be tarmacked? Can you assure the House? And two, taking into account the chairman, you preside over a very important committee. Can you also assure this House that the planning will be fast-tracked So it does not wait for the end of this year, and the commencement of the construction starts immediately.
Since you're going to have the, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Since you're going to have the DG and the Minister, the Cabinet Secretary, most likely available for this, could you do the totality of Northern Kenya? Because the road I talked to you about, the Madogo, Garissa, Dadaab, Liboi, Harhar Road, the design has already been awarded to a company. It's been ongoing now for the last 7-8 months. We expected by more than 7 months. By now it will be ready. When will that design also be ready so that the funding can be sourced? In addition to the road that's just been mentioned by the Honorable Kainan, which is equally very, very important. Thank you.
To Honorable Farah, I don't think I want to talk about that other road. You will need to ask a question the same way Honorable Kenan has done, and I will respond. I also want to say, Honorable Speaker, that I love the way the regional members of the members of parliament from this region are united in pushing for their project, for this particular project and other projects, and we will not disappoint you as a committee that I had. Honorable Speaker, to Honorable Kenan, I don't think I have the powers to assure the House. The only thing I can do is confirm that together with my colleagues in the Transport Committee, we will do our best to support the tarmacking of this road. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, allow me to acknowledge in the Speaker's gallery Changondu Secondary School from Booni, Makueni. In the public gallery, we have Musibao Primary School from Nyandarua, Gatwamba JSS from Kieni, Nyeri, Sekenani Primary School from Narok West, Narok, Ngumo Boys from Kibwezi West, Makueni, and Teret Secondary School from Njoro, Nakuru. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students, their teachers, and those accompanying them to the House of Parliament. Next order. Hold. Yes, Jared.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity, and let me join you in welcoming our colleagues back from recess. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you specifically for walking this House the journey on reclassification of hardship areas. And through your efforts, Honorable Speaker, you did invite the Prime Cabinet Secretary before this House, who took us through the journey of new reclassification of hardship areas, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, when the Prime Cabinet Secretary presented here, he did mention the new areas that were yet to be gazetted, but had been identified by the government for gazettement, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, a week ago, I read that that process has since been suspended. They have suspended gazettement of areas that have already been identified by the government to be hardship areas, Honorable Speaker. Now, the reason that has been advanced is that those who are benefiting and who are to be removed from the scheme have since made noises to the effect that they are not ready to lose, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I've got absolutely no problem people retaining what they are getting. But then what is the fate of those who are identified as new beneficiaries by government, Honorable Speaker? And you are not new to this process because you have always stood with us in this journey, Honorable Speaker. Nyando constituency was part of the areas that were newly identified for gazettement. And the expectation out there that by the end of July, in the new financial year, they were going to have varied pay slips, Honorable Speaker. Now, with this information, it has dampened the spirits of teachers particularly, together with those who serve in the national government or public servants for that matter, that they are now not very keen to what this government talks about, Honorable Speaker. But when the government states an issue, much less by a prime cabinet secretary, Honorable Speaker, it has to be implemented. You cannot walk back on a promise that has been made to people who absolutely need this help, Honorable Speaker. So I need your direction.
Honorable Jared Okello, you are prosecuting an argument based on something you read somewhere. Yes. There has been no official communication to that effect. So you probably are flogging a dead horse. Yes. Why can't you, if you need better clarity, frame a quest? And I see the majority leader is here, then I can direct him to take an appropriate moment and respond. Because you are saying you read somewhere. Yes. And of your authority, contrary to your standing orders. Yes. Yes.
Honorable Speaker, whereas I read it in the mainstream media, which has a degree of authenticity, I take your direction as to put probably a supplementary question on this matter so that the leadership of the House can give
Go ahead
the right
do so.
answers.
I'll approve for you to bring it to the floor.
I'll do that right away, Honorable Speaker, and I thank you.
Yes, Honorable Milemba.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this chance. On the same matter of hardship allowance, I think the Honorable Jared forgets one thing which I thought should have been fundamental for him to raise. When the Prime Cabinet Secretary was here, the Speaker made a ruling, and I think, Honorable Speaker, I should draw your attention to the ruling that you made. And it was after Honorable Milley spoke about policy changing a law or an act. And you ruled that before the matter is handled beyond a certain stage, it's brought back to the House. So I think that's what Honorable Jared should follow, and I'm also following the same, because I'm a keen and thorough follower of the fact that no teacher who has been getting hardship allowance should lose his place, but also keen that if new places are there, let them be included. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You've just fallen into the same trap as Okello, because you are buttressing something that is based on rumor. And Standing Order 87 is very clear: except as the Speaker may otherwise allow, it shall be out of order for a member to refer to an extract from print or electronic media as an authority in the member's speech. So he used a fault authority, and you are using the same fault authority as a basis of your argument. Let him bring, or you bring, I know you are a trade unionist, for teachers who are mostly affected by, yes. 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 Yes, that's correct. Jared Okello is pursuing the rights of the people he represents using rumors from the media. And that's what I'm saying should not be the case. So when he files or you file an additional request, I will allow it to be prosecuted. Next order.
Order number 8, motion. Consideration of the performance audit report on the provision of services to persons with disability by the National Council for Persons with Disability. Question to be put.
Order, members on their feet, take your seats. DK, today you are extremely active. Honorable members, we will now put the question at order number 8. which is that this House adopts the report of the Public Investments Committee on Social Services, Administration and Agriculture on its consideration of the performance audit report by the Auditor General on the provision of services to persons with disabilities by the National Council for Persons with Disabilities laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 30th July 2024. As members of that opinion say aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Order number 9, motion. Consideration of the 5th report on the financial statement for NGCDF accounts for 6 constituencies in Busia County.
Chairperson, Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee, Honorable Muliungi, PS Emeritus.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that this House adopts the 5th report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its examination of the audited financial statements for the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for 6 constituencies in Busia County for the financial years 2013-14, 2014-15.
Order, Honorable Muliungi. Read the motion as framed on the order paper. I beg to move the following motion, then read the motion as it appears on the order paper.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that
I beg to move the following motion.
I
Then
beg
you
to
read the motion as it's framed on the order paper.
Oh, sorry.
You don't have the order paper?
I've speaked it.
Okay.
I have it.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move the following motion. Consideration of the 5th report of the financial statements for the NGCDF accounts for 6 in Busia County. Mr. Speaker.
Order, Honorable Muliungi. You are a seasoned member. I beg to move the following motion, then read the motion as it is, word for word.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Millie, can you help your colleague behind you?
No, I have it now.
Yes.
I have it now. Nambale, Funyula, Teso North, and the Butula constituencies for the financial years 2013-2014, 2014-2015, 2015-2016, 2016-2017, 2017-2018, 2018-2019, 2019-2020, 2020-2021, and the 2021-2022 laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 10th of April, 2025.
Excellent. Now you can use your notes to move in the manner you wish.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that Honorable Speaker, I think my clerk did the wrong notes. Honorable Speaker, the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee is established pursuant to National Standing Order number 205B and is responsible for the examination of the reports of the Auditor General on the accounts of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund. The National Government Constituency Action Fund, GAF, and the respective governing boards. This is to ensure transparency, efficiency, and effectiveness of utilization of public resources. Honorable Speaker, the committee examined a total of 54 reports of the Auditor General for Teso South, Matayos, Nambale, Funyula, Teso North, and the Mbutula constituencies, covering 9 financial years for 2013-14 to 2021-2022. The observations, findings, and recommendations are contained in the committee report now before the House. The committee inherited a backlog of over 4,000 audit reports for the financial year 2013-2014 for NGCDF. Given that each of the 290 constituencies is audited independently, the committee initially reviewed financial statements for 3 years concurrently per county. Later, we resolved to examine all the available reports up to the most recent current year. Honorable Speaker, the Constituency Development Fund, first enacted in 2003 and later realigned through the NGCDF Act 2015, has remained a critical vehicle supporting grassroots development in constituencies through direct funding of local projects, impacting education, infrastructure, and the local institutions positively. The fund has had a significant impact on the lives of the people of Busia County through various infrastructure and social development projects, including the construction and renovation of schools, purchase of land for public institutions, and supporting for security and other initiatives. A highlight of some of the projects undertaken in Busia County constituencies examined include: number one, in Teso South constituency, the fund supported the construction of a 2-story administration and tuition block at Busia Township Primary School. In Matayos constituency, a major project undertaken was the construction of an administration block at Mundinga Secondary School. In Nambale constituency, the fund was used to purchase land for expansion of Quilare Secondary School and Mungasi TTI. In Funyula constituency, the fund supported drilling of a bore at Munandi Primary School, providing the much needed water to the community. In Teso North constituency, the fund financed the construction of Kocholia KMTC, including its administration block, lecture halls, and laboratories. In Butula constituency, the fund was used to construct, which now serves as the office of the Marachi West Assistant County Commissioner. Honorable Speaker, upon examination of the Auditor General's reports for the 6 constituencies, the committee made the following general observations and recommendations. On outstanding land issues, the committee observed that during the period under review, all 6 constituencies in Busia County had outstanding land issues, including transfer, succession, acquisition of title deeds for land purchased using the fund, relating to procurement done over 10 years ago with no title deeds. The committee therefore recommends that the NGCDF board, in conjunction with the NGCDF committees, should within 3 months upon adoption of this report ensure that fund account managers are guided on and the land transfer processes to ensure title deeds for their respective institutions, and institutions are listed as beneficiaries where appropriate on succession matters. The board should also establish a clear policy on the procedure for buying land to ensure due diligence is done, ensuring compliance with Section 11(1)(k) of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund Regulations 2016, which mandates verification and authentication of ownership documents with relevant government agencies. On pending, ongoing, and stalled projects, the committee observed that a critical cause of stalled projects was partial allocation of funds and the late exchequer releases by the Treasury. It recommends that NGCDF board should discourage partial allocation of funds and ensure projects are completed within 2 financial years. The board should also develop a realistic policy framework in consultation with relevant government departments for costing projects to ensure estimates are accurate to prevent stalling of projects. Honorable Speaker, on audit, coordination, and documentation, The committee noted that there is inadequate coordination between fund account managers and the Office of the Auditor General, particularly in responding to audit queries, and are failing the necessary documents for audit review in a timely manner. The committee recommends that NGCDA board issues administrative guidelines to ensure fund account managers maintain original project files at the NGCDF office to ensure they are available for audit. Further, constituency committees should employ qualified accountants to strengthen financial management. Honorable Speaker, on non-compliance with procurement laws, the committee observed that management and the project management committees, some of them failed to comply with the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015. The committee recommends that the NGCDA board, in consultation with the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority, conducts continuous capacity building for all fund account managers and PMCs on procurement laws and regulations. On allocation of emergency funds, the committee observed instances where funds were allocated for non-emergency purposes. The committee recommends strict adherence to Section 6.2 and 813 of the NGCDF Act 2015, which outlines the conditions for allocation and use of emergency funds. Finally, Honorable Speaker, on co-funding of projects, the committee observed that buses were being purchased through hire purchase and asset financing, which is contrary to the specified procurement methods and the board's directive on purchase of buses on an one-off basis. The committee recommends that NGCDA board enforce its guidelines on the purchase of school buses where co-funding is necessary. Evidence and availability of funds from the partner institutions should be provided before the board's approval. Honorable Speaker, the committee recommendations in this report are aimed at enhancing accountability, transparency, and efficiency in the management of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund in Busia and the development outcomes in our constituencies for oversight by the NGCDF. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move and request Honorable Muthoni Kiara to second the motion. I thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker.
You can call the seconder, but before that, allow me to recognize the presence of the following schools which are seated in the public gallery. Harmony Hills Academy from Naivasha constituency, Nakuru County. The Link Group from Mumias constituency, Kakamega County. And Nyahururu Highway JSS from Daragwa constituency in Nyandarua County. And Kiambatha Primary School from Gishugu constituency in Kirinyaga County. And seated in the speaker's gallery, there is Arya School Kisumu from Kisumu Central constituency, Kisumu County. On behalf of the substantive speaker and the National Assembly, we welcome you to Parliament. Thank you. You may proceed. Who's the seconder?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the decentralized committee did interrogate and look at the audited reports of Teso South, Matayas, Nambari, Funyula, Teso North, and Butura constituencies in Busia County. Honorable Speaker, the committee were examining the audited accounts, invited both current and former fund account managers, as well as the Chief Executive Officer of the NGCDF Board to clarify issues raised by the Auditor General. The committee made observations and recommendations for the respective constituencies based on the nature of the audited issues raised. Honorable Speaker, it is very evident that a majority of the issues that were raised did cut across all the constituencies, Honorable Madam Speaker. And one of the major issues that was raised is the issue of land, which has been mentioned, Honorable Speaker, and the issue of land is purchased, but eventually it lacks documentation. Honorable Speaker, with this, Honorable Speaker, widespread anomaly, the NGCDF board has been advised to fast track on the sale documents and ensure that all land purchased as required documents. Honorable Speaker, matters of great concern is failure of the fund managers to submit the necessary documents for audit review at the time of the audit. The fund account managers are well trained, but they know all the documents that they are supposed to avail during the time of audit. But Honorable Speaker, more often than not, these documents are not availed. Further, Honorable Madam Speaker, the committees recommended that all the PMCs, the project managers, they are well trained and well versed on their law as the PMCs at the constituency level. Honorable Speaker, to prioritize proper audits, Honorable Speaker, the committee recommended that all the documents be availed at the time of audit. The committee further argues improved coordination between the Office of the Auditor General and the offices of the fund account managers. Honorable Speaker, the issue of stored and ongoing projects and pending projects which are left halfway is an issue that is very critical in proper accounting and at the same time prudent use of public resources. Honorable Speaker, the committee did recommend that for future, let the fund account managers allocate money sufficient to complete all the ongoing projects. Honorable Speaker, the NGCDF continues to be a critical vehicle for grassroots development. The implementation of the committee's recommendation as contained in this report will go a long way in ensuring that there is in the management and effectiveness of this very critical fund. It is worth noting, Honorable Madam Speaker, that among the tangible projects that are physically visible in our country across all constituencies are projects which are implemented using the NGCDF fund. Honorable Speaker, it is therefore very, very necessary that we ask all the MPs to do proper oversighting so that they can ensure that service delivery is timely to strengthen the accountability of this fund. Honorable Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that the House adopts the 5th report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the report of the Auditor General on the financial statements of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for 6 county constituencies in Busia County, being Teso South, Matayos, Nambale, Funyula, Teso North, and Butula constituencies for the financial years 2013-2014, financial year 2014-2015, financial year 2015-2016, financial year 2016-2017, financial year 2017-2018, financial year 2018-2019, financial year 2019-2020, financial year 2020-2021, and financial year 2021-2022 laid on the table of this House on Thursday, 10th April 2025. Honorable Millie, you want to contribute before I put the question?
Madam Speaker, I presume you have proposed. Thank you. Madam Speaker, let me thank you for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this. Madam Speaker, I want to thank the committee for that report in relation to NGCDF utilization in the constituencies in Busia County. Madam Speaker, I do note that the committee has concentrated especially on policy issues that will enhance efficiency and efficacy in delivery. Madam Speaker, I know that we have, when we were proposing amendments to the Constitution, we spoke to this issue. Some of us spoke, some didn't have an opportunity to speak. But I want to say, Madam Speaker, that indeed one of the things that Kenya needs to understand is that political theory informs development. And in Africa, we adopted certain political theories from the West, and some of them are not necessarily the right size or the right fit. We have a country that is very ethnicized. We have 42 tribes. I think now there are 43. And Madam Speaker, with the nature of our politics, sometimes you discover that if you come from opposition areas like the areas where some of us come from and spend over 40 years without seeing any national government fund, the only fund that we know that is guaranteed, especially in the sector of education and security, is the NGCDF fund. And I want to clarify, Madam Speaker, that even if the NGCDF fund were to be stopped from going to the constituencies, it will not go to the counties, because NGCDF funds are not devolved funds. They are funds, they are part of the national government fund. So even if there's centralized system that the national government has adopted were to be withdrawn so that we move away from decentralization, then it means that decision will solely be made at the national level. But right now, we have our own people making those decisions at the village levels through public participation. People are able to say what their needs are, and the MP is able to oversight and intervene where there is unfairness. Madam Speaker, I just wanted to raise one issue that this committee has talked to. I agree with them over the issue of land, that whenever we are doing work as CDF, as a national government, that land needs to have title. The biggest primary school in my constituency, which is called Usare, public primary school,